You're watching the Sports Political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. So, this particular video, we're going to talk about Russell Westbrook. And there's been a whirlwind of news surrounding him, whether it been about him firing his agent, to the Spurs showing interest in him, to the Jazz showing interest in him, to Russell Westbrook coming out today saying that he wants to be loved and he wants to love shown back to him in LA. What's up, Buck Skull Gang? Salute to your brother. Appreciate you for being up in here. Right? So here's the $47 million question. Does Russell Westbrook get traded from the Lakers before the season begins? Now, I've been firm on my stance that despite all the stuff that's been going on, right? Lakers hired a new coach. Russell Westbrook goes to the press conference to show his support for Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham's been saying all the right things about Russell Westbrook. All this whirlwind of coverage that's been going on, right? I personally think, and this is me, I don't care about nobody else. This is what I think, right? And this is me, and I'm gonna die on this hill. I don't care who get mad, who yelling and screaming, all that stuff. This is me. What I'm saying that he will be a Laker come opening tip. I think he will be a Laker come opening tip. Now, I know a lot of people might disagree, but ask me if I care. I think Russell Westbrook will be a Laker come opening tip. Now, whether they trade him at the trading deadline next year, that's one thing. That's a whole nother thing. But I personally think that he will end up in a Lakers uniform come opening tip. And no, he will not be traded to the Spurs. The Spurs don't trade within the Western Conference, especially they're not trading with a Western Conference rival. Okay? So he's not going to the Spurs. Spurs ain't gonna trade with a Western Conference rival. I don't care what that report say. There's all kinds of reports that come out and say a whole bunch of stuff. They're not trading with a Western Conference rival. They're not. When have you ever heard the Spurs trade within a Western Conference rival? You never heard that. At least not in recent memory. But hey, that's just me though. You tell me what you guys think. I'm gonna open up the line. You can come in. This is what we're talking about. We talk about Russell Westbrook and whether or not he's gonna be a Laker come opening tip.
What's up? Are you a Lakers fan too, or you just saying that?
No, I'm a Lakers fan, but
Me too.
I like,
Yeah,
I'm a Lakers fan, but I like the game of basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we out of there. But what you think about the Kyrie situation? But he did work out with the Lakers office, Lakers training camp people with the offense assistant coach. Do you think that's anything?
What's that?
Like Kyrie did talk to the coach yesterday, the offensive assistant coach. Does that mean anything to you guys? What's your takes on that?
Not really.
Not much. No.
And then get this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Russell Westbrook hadn't even formally requested a trade out of LA.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing for Kyrie then in Brooklyn. It's the same story. But Here's this. Why was not Kyrie and LeBron not sitting at the Summer League in Vegas? They were sitting in the Summer League, but far away apart. Remember LeBron was talking to, if you see the coach, the GM, and the Brooklyn GM and with the with other people. Do you think anything something's going on though? Rogen them.
Was that? Hold on.
LB, did you hear me?
Let me adjust my mic a little bit. And what you say?
Okay, I'm gonna start over. Did you what your takes about remember when LeBron and Westbrook was in summer league in Vegas? Remember because they were supposed to. I don't know why they sit in far away apart. That means they hate each other. They don't like it. They got beef. And plus,
Well, see that whole thing with the summer league, man. See, I don't get too caught up with all that.
Right.
one team, but
because that's the thing, right? They were. So my question would be, what has changed between the summer league and when the season ended? Because from all estimations, right? From all estimations, Russell Westbrook and LeBron was all been cordial. Matter of fact, LeBron has been one of the ones who's been advocating for letting Russ be Russ. AD as well. So I don't know what changed between the season and now, the way they don't even speak, whatever
LeBron
like that. But I don't get caught up in all that.
LeBron wants Curry because LeBron not going to sign a new contract with no Kyrie. That means LeBron's gone next year. What's the take on that though? LeBron's leaving
No,
next year with no Kyrie.
I'll talk about that in another video. I want to stick to Russell Westbrook.
Okay. Yeah, what's your take about the Russell Westbrook thing? Yeah, in Vegas, remember when Sean Marks was there in Vegas talking to the Lakers? Rob Pinagler and the GM and LeBron was there too. And you seen that and they were smiling, everyone was happy. You think something's going on the trade? Everybody's smiling.
I really don't think nothing of it. To be honest with you, I
Everybody's
really don't
happy.
think nothing of it.
Both teams are happy. They say we got Russ, probably gonna get LeBron, they're gonna get Kyrie. I just heard an article 15 minutes ago. The Russell Westbrook, any team wants the first round pick, 2027 and 2029 pick. According
They're not about to give that up. Lakers ain't about to give that up for no.
I said either or. 15 minutes ago, somebody I just saw reports.
Yeah, reports can mean people put out reports all the time. Don't necessarily mean it's true.
Good point.
I don't. Lakers ain't about to give up no future picks. Not on a guy that's on the last year of his deal. That don't make no sense at all.
No, but LeBron wants to win now. Lakers looking to win titles. If we're looking to win titles, get Curry, get him long term, we win.
Yeah, but the problem with that is Brooklyn ain't about to come off of Kyrie for cheap. Now, to me, Brooklyn's playing a dangerous game, and I'm gonna go to Gideon.
Mm-hmm.
To me, Brooklyn's playing a dangerous game to where Kyrie can walk for nothing and Brooklyn gets nothing at the end of the year.
I have my question for you. Why did Curry didn't get to take the $6 million? If he wanted to be a Laker, he could have taken the $6 million, play for the Lakers.
Why would he take $6 million when you can get 33?
But he took
and put Brooklyn in the bind.
But he took a $17 million discount before. Because he was with LeBron in LA when he made his decision.
Okay.
But
that doesn't mean I should take $6 million, take a huge pay cut when I know I can have Brooklyn in the bind.
But LeBron could have paid him because he's a billionaire. LeBron could have paid him some money to come to the Lakers behind closed doors.
I mean, that's not a guarantee. We all know how much of a snake LeBron can be. I mean, that's not guaranteed.
That's his buddy, though. You're gonna you're gonna help your buddy, right?
Kyrie can help himself by opting into that deal.
But I heard. But let's talk about Russell Westbrook. Let's go back to Russell Westbrook thing. Yeah, but the $47 million thing. I heard his agent says he wanted him to take the $47 million deal and stay with the Lakers. That's why Russell Westbrook fired his agent because he wants to be traded.
But Russell Westbrook has never formally requested a trade, though.
Why his agent said take it 47 million, but his agent knows something we don't know.
Well, I'm not going to speculate on that until I get some more information. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I'm trying to dig. Gideon, what you got on all this?
What's going on? What's going on? I hope you guys enjoying your day. I'll make this quick because I gotta do something. I'll make this quick. I hear you, LB, and maybe Russ does stay. I have a weird ass feeling that Russ is gone. I just have a weird feeling that either it will be either before the season or somewhere during the season. I don't see the Lakers finishing the season with Westbrook, knowing the fact that he doesn't fit with that LeBron system, knowing the fact that he cannot. He's a good player, he's athletic, he can go to the rack, he's a good passer, a good rebounder, but knowing the fact that the Lakers want a point guard that can stretch the floor, I don't see them keeping Westbrook. I just have a weird feeling that Kyrie's going to be traded to the Lakers because I think the Nets at some point are going to understand that Kyrie can bounce for nothing, can leave, and the Nets will get nothing. So I think at some point Russell Westbrook is going to get traded, and I think Kyrie's going to be a Laker. Just have a gut feeling.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I say that Russell Westbrook, he'll start the season as a Laker. He just won't finish it as one.
Right, I can agree with that. Or he can be even traded this month. Who knows? Because Gene can change their mind.
Or he can get a buyout, or we can stretch it for 5 years.
Right.
Man, why would you stretch the deal? You did that with Luol Deng. Luol Deng's money just came off the books. They don't want to be stretching contracts.
I don't know. Do you think the Lakers are dumb though? The Lakers been dumb for. Lakers are dumb though. You never know. The Lakers don't want Russ. No trading partner. Lakers will probably be desperate.
I mean, if you eat $47 million, the bad news is you have to eat that for the whole year. But the good news is after that,
we win.
You're done with the contract. You ain't got to worry about it no more.
We win then, right? It's win and win.
What's that?
We win either way.
Yeah, I think he'll start the season as a Laker. That's me personally. I think he'll start the season as a Laker. He just won't finish it as one.
Let's go to the Pacers now and get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner.
But that's not going to happen considering that Pacers are going through a youth rebuild. They're going through a youth movement.
They'll probably keep Turner the way it looks, and Hield too.
So rule these teams out, right? All these teams here you can safely rule out: Orlando, Indiana, Detroit, Oklahoma City. What's the other team that's going through a youth rebuild right now?
Bears,
Houston,
San Antonio.
Maybe Brooklyn if they get rid of their rebuild.
They don't want Russ, man. I don't think Brooklyn wants Russ.
Brooklyn don't want him.
They don't want Russ.
They want the
they got Ben Simmons. Remember, they got Ben Simmons on the team. Russ and Ben would not fit. That's the thing.
So it makes no sense to trade for Russell Westbrook when you got Ben Simmons on the roster. And then you don't know what you got for Ben Simmons.
And it's also New York. New York is not going to get Westbrook neither. Also, New York, they're not getting Westbrook neither. So you got to add New York in there too.
How about they're just trading for they're trying to trade for Donovan Mitchell.
Right. So you can add New York on your list too.
New York too. Yeah.
Get Russell. You can get Russ. You can get Russ. You get less draft picks. Lakers don't. Brooklyn get 2 draft picks from us. We take somebody from the Knicks.
You can also rule these. Hold on. I forgot to add this part in here. You can rule these teams out. I'm talking about these teams that's contending. Milwaukee, Miami, Boston, Phoenix,
Golden State.
Trading with the Clippers. Golden State. So this is the limit the Lakers is in. You're not giving the teams that are not trading for Russell Westbrook that's going through a youth movement, and you got contending teams that's not going to trade for him either.
Maybe the Suns, because no more.
Dude, they're not trading Chris Paul.
They're not trading, and then on top of that, the Phoenix Suns and the San Antonio Spurs and the Portland Trail Blazers of the world, they're not trading with a division rival,
right?
Or Western Conference rival.
Why did they tell us that then?
Huh?
Why did Spurs tell us they want a unprotected first round pick and Russ to get rid of to help us out?
But The Spurs just traded away DeJounte Murray the
For
Hawks
picks.
for picks.
You get picks and Russ. You get clear him off the book for next year. And
But you got a youth. But San Antonio is going through a youth movement. It makes no sense for the Spurs to trade for him and then they're gonna turn around and buy him out.
coming up. But we'll take on the buyout though, because the $47 million goes to the Spears, right? Plus 2 draft picks. And plus the Spurs send out some players to Brooklyn, like we can deal, and the Lakers probably get some. Wow.
But LB, you feeling a little bit better, man? You feeling a little bit better, right?
Yeah, I feel a lot better. I'm 100%, bro.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel a lot better.
Getting your groove on, sweet.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why I'm back on my. That's why I'm back on my gorilla stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to tackle these issues, and whether it be about basketball or what's going on in the Black community, you know, it ain't gonna stop. But yeah, you know, but going back to the regular schedule program.
What team would take Russ in your opinion?
What team would take Russell Westbrook?
In your opinion?
Do you think Toronto? You don't think Toronto could consider Toronto?
See, the thing is, they got Fred VanVleet.
Good point.
I heard they want Ben Simmons.
If Toronto wanted Ben, they'd have to like Anunoby or something.
Yeah, OG Anunoby, and
I'll take him.
I like him too.
True, Anunoby's good. People forget. Go ahead.
I'll take him that. Plus, give us the 2 draft picks. Here we go. We get him for Russ. Done deal.
But I don't see Russell Westbrook going to Toronto though.
I doubt it.
I doubt
What about Detroit? You don't think Russ can go to Detroit?
Detroit going through a youth movement.
Oh yeah, right. My fault.
Yeah, Detroit going through a youth rebuild, so that's not going to happen.
No Boston.
No Boston.
Boston's not doing that.
Obviously, no Boston. Yeah.
Don't you like Marcus Smart?
That, and then you got to have to incorporate either a third team, because the numbers have to match in the deal. So, with Boston's situation, they might have to throw in because they just traded away a whole bunch of players from Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind.
So they're gonna have to throw a third team in the mix.
Maybe
and then I don't see him going to Boston. No.
Maybe the Kings.
No.
Sacramento.
Rival, not doing it.
Nope. They had to try like De'Aaron Fox, so they're not gonna do that. So yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that.
I don't even know.
The Lakers are stuck. I'm trying to tell everybody they're stuck with them.
Raiders draft picks, we win either way. We get Russ off the books.
Think about this, right? Think about this. Last year, when Russell Westbrook was on the trading block, right, at the trading deadline, the Lakers were trying to move him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Who was knocking at the door to acquire Russell Westbrook?
Some teams. We had some teams.
Yeah, but I know one team that was entertaining it was the Denver Nuggets, but the Lakers trying to trade with the Denver Nuggets, but the Denver Nuggets said no.
Because because we didn't give up their draft picks before. Now we give up their draft picks. Let's do it now.
But you're not. But look. Oh, what's up, LA Sports Live? Hey, if anything, hey, LA Sports Live, can you come in? I put the link in the chat room. Can you come in?
Thank you, LA Sports. I read his comment. Spurs and Pacers are the only teams will have cap space. That's good. See, I told you.
But
Indiana trade. But because they can absorb the contract, don't mean they're gonna trade for him.
They had to trade players. You had to trade like Buddy Hield and Miles Turner.
Lakers had a plan B trade for Buddy Hield and Miles Turner already in wrap.
Will the Pacers even listen to them? You have to think about this. When you trade, you have to get the other party to listen. Would the Pacers even listen? I doubt it.
That was plan B. That was a plan B trade, but the Lakers are waiting for Brooklyn.
And then why would you trade for Buddy Hield? We see Buddy Hield. Why would you even trade for Buddy Hield considering that he is a scoring dependent player?
Good point. And he's not a defender. He's a good player, but he's not a defender. He's streaky.
I want to get my brother LA Sports Live on this because
Yeah.
he's right there at the ground level. So hey, what are you hearing so far?
Well, what's up, y'all?
So,
It's slow. It's slow, but like I was saying in the chat, and then if you pay attention to the comments that I don't know if you guys read the whole statement from Russ's, I guess, former
Agent.
agent or whatever. Um, the word is, I mean, there's really no team at this point that's looking to trade for him and keep him. So that's why he mentioned in his little statement after Russ tossed him that most teams are advising the Lakers that if they do trade for him, that they would immediately, buy him out and then he would have to go elsewhere. So it's not necessarily as far as the Pacers and the Spurs are concerned, not necessarily that they would be looking to get him and keep him, but pretty much the word is they would trade for him if the Lakers and Nets did give up, well, really the Lakers give up draft picks, and then they would either absorb partially his contract or just buy him out, release him, and then Russ will have to move on to another team.
Oh, I just thought about that. Lakers could trade him to get bought out and come back to the Lakers for cheap. There we go.
Nah, I don't. If the Lakers get rid of him, I don't think we'll ever wear purple and gold again. But
right.
that's what I think. That's what I think. If it's gonna happen, LB, that's what I think is gonna happen, man. Whatever team trades for him, he will probably never play for that team. He'll get
Right.
bought out, released or whatever, and then he'll move on to another team.
Yep. All right, Gideon, I appreciate you for coming on. All right, so yeah, man. Because hey, remember LA Sports Live? Remember last year? I think you and I talked about this
Yeah.
when at the trading deadline last year, the market was dry for him. But then again, last year, the market was kind of dry for him. The Lakers were really the only team that wanted him. But even then, the Lakers he was like fifth in the priority list. He wasn't the
Right.
Lakers'
That
first priority.
Nah, that was last year. Okay, the trade went down on draft day, right? The trade
I
went
think
down on
so. The
draft day.
Wizards, right?
Yeah, it was draft
Yeah, when
day.
it was draft day. It was really that was the weirdest thing I had ever seen, bro. Because remember, the Lakers made two trades that day. Remember, there were two trades announced. First, it was the Buddy Hield trade, I guess involving Kyle Kuzma and I can't remember who else. And then they, I guess, rescinded that, then quickly announced the Russ trade. So that was like one of the weirdest things I had ever seen. But you're right. Um,
It was
I
on
don't think,
July 30th.
yeah, I don't think, certainly I don't think Russ was their first choice. You're right.
We wanted DeRozan.
Yeah, but I ain't worried about the Rosen. Scrubsy, what you got?
Salute everyone.
Me too.
I'm in the same boat kind of like everyone else. With ULB, I think the Lakers are stuck. I mean, when you talk about two teams that have the only two teams that has cap space to partially absorb the cap hit, then those two teams are building. You look at a lot of the other teams, like the contenders aren't gonna give up pieces for us. The rebuilding teams aren't looking to add Russell on. So
Maybe Brooklyn. Think of.
maybe, but even with Brooklyn, right now with Brooklyn, it just feels like there's a lot of smoke and mirrors until something actually goes down. I'm not even worrying about them.
Hey guys, remember what it said? The trade was already a done deal after the summer league. After the July 17th. Today's 18th. Remember Kawhi Leonard got traded on the 19th of July after the summer league.
Yeah, but like I said, that beans the hill of beans. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
that was a totally different situation.
Yeah, totally different situation. Hey, but LA, I want to go back to my man LA Sports Live because I want to. So do you have any? Is there anything deeper as to why Russell Westbrook fired his agent?
Nah, look, if I went any deeper than what most people have said, it would just be like speculation on my part, man. But I think this just boils down to, man, Russ and the Lakers are both in a tough spot, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Lakers are having a hard time trying to get rid of him. Teams like the agent said in the statement. The agent said that all the teams that are remotely interested in Russ, all the teams are telling the Lakers they have to add additional, draft compensation into any deal that might be had, i.e., they want more draft picks. Um, Russ is finally home, right? After all these years, he's finally able to play at home. Just imagine how he feels. After all these years, we all know that he's from LA. And after all these years, he's finally got a chance to play for the Lakers. To play at home with his family. We all know he's got a young, family, young kids, and all that kind of stuff. And then to have happen what happened to him last season, and he's got one more year left, and now he's hearing all these rumors about him getting traded, and Kyrie, and this. You know, uh, the man is human. So, I don't know. The nigga might be he might be having a low key nervous breakdown because something else has to be going on behind the scenes for him to fire, for the most part, the one and only agent he's ever had in the NBA.
Who's his agent?
So
Oh, Clutch. Clutch now his agent.
I don't know. I don't know who. I don't know if he's hired another one or if he's going to or whatever. But I'm just saying it had to be some pretty severe circumstances for him to fire the one and only agent he's only known in his
Right.
career.
Because
Yeah,
So
LeBron,
it's totally weird. Excuse me.
because LeBron wanted Kyrie. That's why. That's what might be on you guys. LeBron wanted Kyrie. That's what happened. I think.
I mean, I think I did hear a little bit of Ticket the other day, and Ticket was saying, more than likely him and his agent weren't on the same page. Just going by the statement that the agent wrote, the agent was suggesting that he stay with the Lakers, yada yada yada, and
He didn't
the
want. He
agent,
didn't want to stay. Russ didn't want to stay with the Lakers.
yeah, I mean, his agent never did say that directly, but that's what that's what he was inferencing, that Russ wanted to do something other than stay. So
I think I get it now because Russ fired his agent because Russ told him the option in his contract. Russ didn't want to be here in the Lakers. It makes sense now. Russ
But you
don't.
can't say that though because Russell Westbrook. A report came out saying that Russell Westbrook never formally requested a trade.
But how true is that though? We don't know.
But you got to also take this into account. If Russell Westbrook got traded, this would have been his fourth time in 4 years he got traded. That's not a good look, considering that you pretty much played your first 11, 12 years with OKC, and OKC trades you to Houston for Chris Paul, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then you get traded from Houston to Washington in the John Wall deal, which people are calling the blockbuster trade of 2015 and 2020, 2021, right?
Yeah.
And you got the next year you're getting traded from the Wizards to the Lakers, right? To your hometown team, the team you grew up watching, right? To
Yep.
get traded from the Lakers to another team would be pretty much his death nail. I think he wants to. I think part of him wants to play this season out. And yes, he had a bad year last year, no doubt about that. But
That's
I
why we
think he
missed the
wants to play
playoffs.
this year
What?
out in the Lakers
yeah,
uniform.
That's why we missed the playoffs. Can we blame Russ?
yeah. If you look at it either way, I just don't see how Russ can stay, bro, in LA because look at all the things that have been said, all the reports. Um, he's been pretty much made the scapegoat for whatever
Hmm.
happened last season. Um, but I know,
I think that's
I know he
unfair
doesn't
too,
want to
though, bro.
leave. Yeah, I
Right.
know he doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to leave LA. He doesn't want to have to be away from his family, man. But I don't see how he could return to the Lakers locker room with all this stuff going on. Uh, I don't even see how he would be able to focus, bro, to have a good season when he knows certain people didn't want him around.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know,
agree.
and
Um,
I think he really might be pissed off. What really is probably pissing him off is certain people, and I don't know who, but certain people might be saying one thing to his face, and then he's probably found out the other things are being said behind his back, and that may be the reason why he wants to leave or whatever the case may be.
yeah,
Mhm.
interesting. That's an interesting take. I want to see. I need to see more information coming out, man, because something that's going on that nobody's saying, bro.
Yeah, it's it's kind of like a cat and mouse game, man. All the players now they use the media. They use the media for negotiations, or they use the media to get out there whatever they want, out there. And there's nobody who's a better master of it than LeBron James. So, you know, I, you know, I just think Russ is in a no-win situation, bro.
Yep.
Because it's
Speaking of the
crazy.
outlook, go ahead, Scrub Zero, go ahead.
No, I'm just thinking. I'm like that because he opted into his contract. I'm like, yeah, and I've been hearing the buyout, but would you be able to buy him out? Like, would he take less out, or like from what he should be getting? Would he take less from the 47 million, or is someone gonna have? If he gets traded, they just got to split? Like, because that's the other thing. I don't think Russ is going to take less than the 47 million. So I don't know how viable a buyout's really going to be.
Right, right. The player has to agree to the buyout now. They can't just get him and just say, "All right, we're gonna buy you out," and they have to negotiate, the dollar amount, right? So they can't just say, "Hey, we're gonna buy you out for 40 million. Your contract's 47, and we're gonna pay you 40." It don't work like that. They have
Nope,
to
definitely don't work like that.
they have to negotiate, the dollar amount. They have to come to they have to come, have to negotiate and come to an agreement on a dollar amount. Like usually what happens is, let's say if he's owed 47, and then he goes to another team, they agree to buy him out for 40. Usually what happens is whatever team that player ultimately ends up on is he'll end up signing a contract for the dollar amount difference. So in the end, so let's say if he got bought out for 40, so that means he loses 7. Usually what happens, let's say if he went to the Rockets, whatever deal that he signed with the Rockets is usually going to be right around the difference, that he would, that he lost from the previous team. But, you know, and that's usually for players that people want. But if you're saying that the market's not that big for us, so that makes it even less likely that he would probably, agree to a buyout. It's just a really kind of complicated situation, man.
Or does Curry get buyout too? Does both players get bought out?
No, I mean buyouts don't really benefit for a team like the Lakers or the Nets, or more specifically for the Lakers. It wouldn't really benefit them because they're not getting no compensation. They buy him out, he's just gone.
Right. And and then on top of that, say the Lakers do buy him out and he's a free agent. I mean, what teams are chomping at the bit to pay Russell Westbrook an exorbitant amount of money?
Right.
And then there's possible role change, right? Because he probably not, if he going to a contender, he's probably not cracking the starting lineup. They could probably ask him to come off the bench, right? Which further diminishes your value.
It'll be crazy. He'll go to the Clippers and I'll be enemies.
You're not going to the Clippers, man. They already got too many people.
Yeah, I mean,
He'll be back and could he?
but you know what? I would say no way the Clippers would even be bothered with that. But you never know what could happen in training camp. You know, something could happen in training camp. Somebody could tear up a knee. Somebody could severely roll an ankle. Going to be out for 6 or 8 weeks. And he could end up, he could end up on a team, that we really don't expect. You never
Yeah,
know.
there's always the left field type
It could be Golden State.
trade that always happens.
It could be Curry get hurt and he goes to Golden State.
Golden
You never
State,
know.
right? He's not
We
going
gotta
to
be
Golden State.
realistic at least. That wow. What would Golden State take on that contract? First of all, Golden State already got a lot of money on the Bucks as it is. Why the heck would they
Yeah,
trade?
they're not going to Golden State, man.
If he gets bought out, I said if he gets bought out from the Lakers, he could go to Golden State. If Curry gets hurt before training camp,
And sign him to what?
1 year
He signed to
deal.
what? How does he fit? Golden State wouldn't even look at Russell Westbrook.
To win now?
No, you see what they work with, what they had. Look, Golden State showed they work with what they had. That's how you saw the emergence of Jordan Poole last year.
Yep.
Right.
So they're not going. If Curry goes down, they got a nice contingency plan in Jordan Poole right there.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to look at Russell Westbrook. So that whole thing of him going to Golden State, that's a pipe dream. Not going to happen.
He doesn't play off the ball either, so that's not feasible.
Yeah, him and Curry it's like oil and water. Trying to make a vinaigrette.
Maybe just stay in California. Maybe the Kings stay in Cali.
That's not going to happen either.
No, not based on the moves that the Kings already made this offseason. They don't have a need for us.
Maybe the Clippers is the best option if he gets bought out from the Lakers. Wow.
Okay, so why do you keep saying the Clippers?
Why?
Why are you going to the Clippers, man?
But it's the arch enemy. If you can't beat because the Clippers, could you imagine with Russ, John Wall, Kawhi, and
Okay, stop right there.
George?
Stop right there. So you got two ball dominant guys on the floor at the same time in John Wall and Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, does that make sense to you?
Not really.
Exactly.
Thank you. That's all I Thank you. Okay.
Thank
now
you.
we
Someone
go-
Stone said in the chat. Thank you. Of course, maybe building good. I'll take Russ like the Spears would, especially with his contract. What? He said they would take the Spears. Wow, he would take the Spears deal if you're tanking.
But they're not. They're going through a youth move for San Antonio, so it makes no sense for them to trade Russell Westbrook. Only for them.
Get draft picks involved here to get some draft picks. They win. Everybody wins. We get Kyrie. Brooklyn get what they want in the deal.
That Kyrie situation not set in stone. I know how much you want to have Kyrie in LA, but Kyrie ain't coming to LA right now.
But if we don't sign LeBron, if we don't trade, how about this? If we don't resign LeBron, if LeBron leaves next year, Lakers lose. Lakers lose this year and next year's offseason. We lose either way, you guys. Lakers lose. We're done. Lakers.
Are we done? Just because LeBron leaves doesn't mean the Lakers gonna be in shambles.
Exactly.
We won championships before LeBron. We'll win championships after him.
I know.
And plus, whatever the deal is with Russ, he will be gone at next offseason. At least his contract.
Both of them be free agents next
Right.
year.
So what I'm saying is, there's nothing set in stone whether the Lakers get Kyrie or not. It doesn't set in stone that LeBron will leave or stay or whatever, because why would LeBron leave when, let's just say, the Lakers didn't have another good season,
Yeah.
but they're going to have a ton of cap space to really improve the team.
Exactly.
But they said
So what?
They said if he doesn't resign his contract, if the Lakers don't get Kyrie, he's done with LA.
Okay,
Nah,
and that means the Lakers will have a whole lot of money to sign people.
Right, and that's what they say. LeBron hasn't said nothing. He hasn't said nothing. He just hasn't signed his extension, which he can't sign till next month anyways. So
Yeah.
this is just talk and speculation.
Maybe that's why Brooklyn's holding his hostage, because he knows if LeBron doesn't resign his contract, They can hold the Lakers hostage too.
But see,
they
what
have
you don't
leverage here.
understand is the fact that Kyrie Irving got all the leverage in this deal. Russell Westbrook, with this expiring contract, he got leverage too.
Wow.
Russell Westbrook got leverage too.
Because despite what people say, nobody wants Russ, but $47 million coming off your books next season. That's damn near. The salary cap is going up, but that's damn near a third of the salary cap.
Right.
That's pretty much, and you get draft picks too as well.
I mean, think about this, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got the cap at like 100 some odd million. I think the cap is like 130, something like that, man. It might be off by a couple million, whatever, right? But if you got $100 million devoted to like just 4 players, and then you got to sign you're pretty much dumpster diving for the rest for the other 11. You're signing guys the mid-level exceptions. You're hoping guys on like rookie contracts is emerging and all that and developing. You're banking on a lot of stuff if you're devoting $100 million to just 4 players.
Yep.
Right.
Scottie Pippen's gonna make that roster. We'll take Scottie Pippen and get Bye Russ.
Okay, he cracks the roster. Name what? Is he gonna get playing time in front of Russell Westbrook? No.
If Russ gone, Scottie Pippen is our guy, man. I have Scottie's gonna be.
I mean, there are a lot of ifs, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of scenarios that have to play out for that to happen.
Have you seen the summer league what he can do?
Yeah, but that's a whole bunch of fun of his peers. He's not playing with vets. He's not playing with established veterans like LeBron and Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
The whole dynamics will be different.
Nah, bro. I went. What was the game against the Lakers versus the Clippers in summer league? Man, let me tell you something, bro. That shit was not impressive. That is not NBA competition, man.
Okay.
So I can't really.
Scottie
Pippen Jr. looked okay. He looked okay, man. If you really want to go by the Lakers summer league team and who consistently looked like they belonged, it was just the white dude, Cole Swider.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's just from what I saw. He looked like for sure. He can't play no defense, but they can help him cover that up.
But that was the issue last year for the Lakers. They didn't play no defense.
No, I blame Russ. People say everyone's blaming Russ while we didn't make the playoffs last year. Everyone's blaming Russ. Who's to blame? LeBron is too.
Man, look, there's a whole lot of blame to go around for why that season went by as way as it did. I just think the piling on of Russell Westbrook has been not fair because LeBron has his share of the blame, AD has his share of the blame, Carmelo Anthony has his share of the blame. There's enough blame to go around. It ain't just on him.
Hey,
Russell Westbrook played like shit. Yeah, he did.
It's sad we did Frank Vogel dirty. He got us a ring. We'll let him go after that. That's crazy.
I don't care.
That's the way it goes.
That's how it goes, though.
That's how it goes, man. Russ probably gets more blame than he should. Is because the way I think about it is he gets probably a little bit more blame than what he should. Is because he was there damn near every game.
He's triple-double king all the time.
He was there almost every game. LeBron missed about 30 games. AD missed about half of the games. I mean, but we've seen Russ. Okay, what just happened the previous season? We've seen him just get on a new team and kind of lead him to the playoffs. Now, he was the bottom seed, but he did it. This year,
Russ,
he never got any. He just couldn't get nothing going, no more than maybe 2 or 3 games in a row.
Triple-double king. I thought he was supposed to be triple-double king. I thought.
Nah.
But a lot of people, when they made that trade, was wondering how the heck is this going to work? Because Russ is a ball dominant player, LeBron James is a ball dominant player. How is that going to fit?
No, I heard Russell Westbrook called the Lakers to come hit to Los Angeles because we're supposed to get Bradley Beal in that deal, not Russell Westbrook. Bradley Beal is supposed to be coming to LA.
No. Okay, so let me tell you about Bradley Beal. Considering I live in the DC area, right?
Yes, sir.
So we put you on game when it comes to the whole situation with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal never wanted to be traded from the Wizards. The Wizards had no interest in trading Bradley Beal.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole notion that Bradley Beal was going to go here and he bought a home in LA, a whole bunch of rich ass motherfuckers buy a home in LA.
Right.
Even Kyrie did too.
Right. right?
That's a good one, boss.
I mean, and then to prove the fact that all that's true, what LB just said, you hear on Bradley Beal's new contract, he's the only person now with a guaranteed no trade clause in his contract. So
He has a true no trade clause.
he's a wizard for life. Period.
Yeah.
So it's going to be him, the Wizards, and all his money. They'll never win anything, but hey, if that's what he wants to do, that's his business.
Man, do you think Lakers should go after Dame?
No.
No.
He's better than the rest, though, right?
No.
I don't know how you guys feel, man. Dame is cool,
Thank
but
you.
I don't think he would be a good fit for the Lakers.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think he'll
My
make
thing
them
is
any better than what they are.
Right. I mean, you just got a whole bunch of ball dominant players on the team at the same time, man. That shit doesn't work. You need a collection of you need a balance.
Right.
You need a balance of comparable role players with one or two guys that can, one or two superstars, and then the rest of the guys, be comparable role players and things of that nature. This whole thing where you got like 5 superstars on the team and all ball dominant and all that, it doesn't work. You have egos that come in the way, coaching philosophies that get in the way that might prop this guy up, but this guy here might end up regressing because of the coaching style or whatever. So there's a whole dynamic that, this whole super team concept, it just, to me, just doesn't work, man. What we need is the front office getting their heads in gear and actually drafting players that can fit the Lakers scheme. And they can play in LA because not every superstar can play in LA.
Right. That's true. That's true.
When you don that Lakers uniform, there's anybody that's been a Lakers fan. I know I've been a lifelong Lakers fan ever since the Showtime Lakers when I was a little kid. There's a level of expectations when you don that uniform. You can't be going on press conferences and say, "Well, I'm not going. I'm just here for the ride." No. When you don that Lakers uniform, we want that team in the NBA Finals competing for a championship. Damn it.
Period. Yeah, and I think that's partially what happened to Russ, man. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on the man. I mean, the missed dunks, the missed layups at the rim,
the air balls.
it just I don't know. Just didn't work out, man. Just didn't work out. But we'll see if it works out, man. But look, you know how it is, LB. Yeah, I'll be the little Laker cheerleader and shit or whatever. I'm a Laker fan, but I admit it. The Lakers need Kyrie Irving. They need Kyrie Irving, and then some. They need more help. They need more help. And if they can pull that deal off and get Kyrie and possibly Seth Curry, that would solve a lot of issues.
The Lakers don't want to trade those draft picks and THT. That's what Steph Curry's holding this up. That's because Lakers want Steph, but the Brooklyn want to
Steph. You mean Seth, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. Well,
Lakers want a lot, and
yeah. I mean, this just negotiations, bro. But when it gets down to the nitty gritty, man, and if the Nets say, "Look, August 1st, you got to give us your best and final offer," you best believe the Lakers will give up those damn picks and whatever else
you think so?
That's asked for.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so, bro. Because despite all the stuff that we hear about Kyrie, you can't let a talent like that get away over a damn pick.
He's only 30, you guys. Kyrie's only 30. He's still got he got one more year left on his max contract. He can get one more max contract, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think the Lakers are caved at the last minute. I think they're just playing hardball right now, but at the last minute.
Hey, do you think Brooklyn's gonna cave? I wonder who's gonna cave first.
Lakers.
I thought Lakers hold the cards, not Brooklyn. Russell.
I'm just being honest, man. This is what I think. I think Lakers are caved because the Lakers need Kyrie more than the Nets need to trade Kyrie.
To save
Because
Curry, to save LeBron's job with come here Lakers next season. To save LeBron's job.
say what?
If LeBron leaves next year, that means Curry. How about if the Lakers could get Curry free agency next year? I just thought about that next year free agency class. The Lakers will wait 1 year, tank this year.
Nah, but that
Get,
would waste. Nah,
Well, first
that
of all,
would
they're not
waste.
taking with LeBron James. At least they're
Yeah.
not going to aim to tank with LeBron James. Whether
Right.
they win games or not is a different story, but that's not going to be their goal.
Right.
to get a better draft pick. That's what I'm saying. We win either way, right? We can win. We can. How about that? We play a card race and do it. We could play a card.
No, they're not gonna wait, bro. If you can get a player like him now, you need to get him, because if you wait till next year, LeBron will be 38 going 39. I mean, he looks good. He looked good, right, LB? He looked good.
Man, LeBron
Well,
looked good in the Drew League. 42 points. He had an
but-
amazing game.
But you throw a year on top of that, bro. I mean,
LeBron was dominant in the Drew League.
he was.
But do it count?
Nah, LeBron did what he was supposed to do.
Exactly.
See,
He did
if
what he was supposed to do.
LeBron said if he hit the Rosen, we'd be winning the championship right now.
Nah.
Well,
That
see,
sound good,
you
but I
can't
don't
say
think
that. You got to be careful
The
to say
Rosen had
stuff
30
like that
points
because
too. The Rosen had 30 points too. They was dominating the game.
look,
Yeah,
you got
but-
to be careful of saying stuff like that because this is the thing. You playing an 82 game season, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can't be going to this coulda, shoulda, woulda with the Rosen because we don't know what the Rosen's role would have been had he got traded to the Lakers and all that.
Mhm.
You don't know.
And that nigga folded in the playoffs
But-
anyway.
How about this?
Especially with Anthony Davidson. Because see, the Rosen, you look at the Drew League and you saw him going off for 30 and 14, and you're like, oh man, we should have had that on the Lakers last year. But
this, do you think we
hold on. But you can't equate what you saw in the Drew League and try to equate that with the NBA when you got the AD dynamic on the roster.
You see what THT did in the Drew League? He had a good game too.
THC's trash.
Okay, but
He had
that does.
he had
But
14.
again,
THC had 14 points.
you cannot equate what you saw in the Drew League and try to translate that on the LA Lakers.
Nah, it's not the same.
It's definitely not the same dynamic. I mean, who's in the Drew League outside those NBA players? Does all the NBA players play in the Drew League? No.
And then what most people don't realize is when in the Drew League, it's kind of like a series or like a tournament. So they have games every week. So LeBron, DeMar, they just came in for one game, bro. They only came in for one game, and that's it. They joined that team for one game, and that's it. That team still got to play.
The one and done.
Yes, this is not like he's going to be on that team for the whole summer. No, this is one game, one and done. That's it.
Well, what was LeBron trying to do? Showcase his skills?
No.
You got
20 years of him showcasing his skills. I mean,
is he trying to push the trade? Is he trying to push his trade value for KD? The Lakers working on the blockbuster trade.
How do you come?
All
up
right,
with
so
this
Lakers
stuff,
not
bro?
trading LeBron for KD. That's all smoke and mirrors, bro.
That ain't gonna happen, dog.
That's not going to happen, bro.
That's not gonna happen.
Lakers fans, would you do it though?
Would I do what?
Would you trade those 2 first-round picks by LeBron and Russell Westbrook for KD and Kyrie with AD? Do we win the championship? Yes or no?
No.
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 It's hard to say. It's hard to say that the Lakers with that move will win the championship. It's hard to say that.
With LeBron, no, I mean with Kyrie, KD, and AD.
Look, that's an unrealistic trade, bro. You got to come up with something a little bit more realistic than that.
Yeah. Will we win though? That's the thing. Will they win?
No.
I don't know if they'll win. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
That's extremely hard to say.
Maybe that's why LeBron was trying to show his value, how good he still is at age 38. Maybe that's why.
LB, you're a LeBron guy.
You said I'm a LeBron guy.
You like LeBron?
As a
I'm more of a Magic Johnson guy, you know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
as a
Well,
Laker fan, we don't care
so
about LeBron. Really, we don't.
okay. So, but my point is, people are talking about how good LeBron looked. He looked fine, bro. But he still kind of looked like an older player. I mean, because he he's not quite as fast as the younger, more athletic players. I mean, LeBron looked great. He dominated as he should have. But let's not get too crazy. That wasn't the 27, 28-year-old LeBron. That's a nice older, reformed, more intelligent player. He looked good and everything. But let's people are talking about, oh, after a Drew League game, he established himself as the best player in the league again. he looked he looked good. He shot 50%. That's about all I'll say about it. But I mean, don't go crazy over a Drew League game. I mean, come on now.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you can't take what you saw in Drew League and equate that to the NBA. I mean, they're definitely not one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Because
that's comparing apples and oranges, if you ask me.
right, because THT is an NBA player making $10 million a year, and they can only score 14 points.
And you got to think the worst NBA player is better than all them dudes in the Drew League.
That's what they say.
Allegedly.
LeBron is the greatest of all time. He's not better than Michael Jordan, and he's definitely not better than Kobe.
I don't even want to get into that debate.
I
That's
wasn't
why
even. I just ignored that kind of.
I don't even want to get
Thank
into that.
you. I know LeBron
Yeah.
not in the top 5 in my opinion.
If that's whoever's opinion,
Mm-hmm.
have at it.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And honestly, who cares? I mean,
Exactly.
who? I mean, come on, bro. I just say they're all great players.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
they're all great in their own right. That's my
Yeah.
take on it.
Exactly. You're right.
That's what
They're
I'll say.
all Hall of Famers. LeBron's going to go in the Hall of Fame. I mean, if anybody that say he's not a Hall of Famer, you need to be drug tested, right?
Yeah.
I think they all those players are good in their own right. I stopped doing those who's the greatest of all time debates. It makes absolutely no sense, and just it's just a classic case of a dog chasing his tail.
Right.
Nope, everybody's going to come out the same way they went in with the same thought process and opinion.
Right. The crazy thing about it is 10 years from now, or maybe 15 years from now, the conversation is going to be totally different, I think, because
All said and done.
LeBron's going to own so many of the fucking records. And there's gonna be less people alive at that time who's actually saw Michael Jordan play. That it's really not going to be. I don't think it's really going to be any kind of argument as to who people think is the best ever. And I'm not a LeBron guy, but I'm just saying how so many people go by stats now. 15 years from now, that's all they ever did.
About this.
That's all they're gonna be able to go by.
But this should say Bill
Stats.
Russell's the best. Want to talk about rings? He have 11 championships.
Well, look, I don't want to I don't want to go down this rabbit hole
Sorry
of
though.
who's the best and all
That's,
that.
that's my point there. For people want to see once, or we
Right.
can say Phil Jackson's the best head coach of all time. He coached all the greatest players of all time. Let's be real.
Whatever, but
I know we can say. I know it's a bunch of it's a lot of debates about Phil Jackson too.
right.
Debates.
But yeah, man. So to put a button on this, because I got to get out of here because I got some business I got to take care of. All right, so round table lightning round. Russell Westbrook, you think he stays or goes? You think? So what do you think? I'll start with Bucks go again. You think he stays with the Lakers? You think he starts the season with the Lakers and then don't finish with the Lakers, or you think he gets traded before the season? Which one?
I think he gets traded before the season.
All right, so you think he gets traded before the season? What you think, LA Sports Live?
Yeah, he'll be out of here, bro.
Okay, you
At
think
least
he's a
that's what
goner.
I
What's
hope.
up? You say he's out of there?
At least I hope he is. It ain't no guarantees, bro. You know how it is.
If we bottom out, I'll be even more happier.
They're not gonna buy him out. They're not gonna buy him out.
The Lakers are
Uh,
dumb. Though. Lakers are dumb for dumb stuff.
Well, I hope they don't do nothing dumb. Scrubsy, what you got? What you think? He stays or goes?
Y'all stuck with him this year. He stays.
Yep, I think that's why I think too. I think the Lakers are stuck with him. No team is going to want to because for all the reasons all the reasons I mentioned. What's up, Nickron 99, aka Sammy Boy? Salute to you. Long time no see. For all the reasons I just mentioned, as far as like teams rebuilding, teams contending, Lakers is pretty much stuck. So I think that they're gonna be stuck with him. I think he goes nowhere.
We give it.
But hey, I appreciate y'all for coming on.
You
I
too.
feel
Appreciate
free to
you
come
having
on
us on.
anytime. I appreciate everyone for listening in, watching the video, liking the video, subbing to the channel, right? If you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. And shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. All right.